Hello and welcome back to 1001 Beers, you mash tub food. I am back here with Cal and Mike from By the Mash Tun, which you can find on Kaiju FM or all good podcast readers and retailers. So we're here for the one final beer. We're going back to the Birrifico Baladin. It's another beer I brought back from Bologna. First brewed 2003, although this edition is from 2014. It's 14%. It says 13.5, it's actually 14 now. So it's a strong beer, and it's so special. It comes in a tube. I mean,
look at that
presentation case.
Presentation case. So, do you want me to read the bit on the back?
Go on then.
So Xyauyù Oro 2014 is the result of Teo's wish, and Teo is the brewer. Teo's wish to experiment. It's a living top fermented beer, which after being exposed to the air of the Langi area and resting for a long period of time, becomes a new and unique product. When poured, it has no head and no gas. It's clear, full amber, brownish colour with copper reflections. When initially inhaled, this is very intense, with aromas of dried and candied fruit and strong and harmonious notes which bring Madeira wines to mind. Enjoy at room temperature, taking very small sips. We've chilled it a little bit, but it's been sitting room temperature for a while.
It sounds intense. Like no head, no gas. So
no head, no gas.
Would you like to read the tasting notes?
I will, whilst Cal has a venture into the opening.
You've got to venture into it's another. So just show this bottle first.
Oh, yeah,
so it's another lovely bottle with a wax head. There.
So the tasting notes: no foam at all, but the colour is reminiscent of a dark amber. Very complex, fascinating aroma, rich with dates, figs, tropical fruits, and a hint of salty soy sauce. On the palate, it is smooth, silky, and very close in character to a Madeira or a Vino Santo. And a nice little tube to play with.
Yeah.
All part of the process.
This is the accompaniment spire there while Cal is just
getting there.
Let's put that to one side, I think.
Get
Reduce
that out of
temptation,
arm's
yes. It's another cork. I
Yeah.
imagine it'll be branded as well.
It could be. Maybe that's an Italian tradition.
I imagine it's a tradition of this actual. Well, it might be, but yeah, nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
it is branded.
Nice little branded cork.
It's the same tree.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you
It's the
compare
same
the
tree.
two here,
It's the family tree.
and then, whoop,
Oh, look at that.
but this one's slightly different, slightly smaller.
Is that a
There you
cork
go.
tree?
They went for a
It's
very
got the,
similar branding.
what do
The
you call
blooper.
that?
I call it the blooper.
The blooper. It's basically the thumb hole as you pour. So, Mike, let's give you something. I've got a lovely glass here from the Neg's Head.
Completely legit reasons. as well.
Last it's in the country.
They weren't kidding about that.
Let's go for some small amount first.
Look at that.
It's interesting like to be able to pour a beer, but without having to worry about, the carbonation flaring up.
Very, very interesting that they've taken
I
it.
didn't give you quite enough there, actually.
that they've treated it more like a red wine or white wine.
And the bottle, the bottle itself is lovely. I mean, it's a beautiful bottle.
It's very similar to the Elixir one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like they went very
Right, if I just
subtle.
bring that back in.
Like very subtle on the branding on the bottom.
But this one is clearly quite special.
Yeah.
They haven't gone a lot through here. They basically said most fit on the actual cardboard tube. That is
And like a black wax seal as well.
It's
Like,
slightly
it's even got a
dripping down
dribble
there.
there.
Yeah, that's lovely. Right, well, let's go for it. So obviously no headers has been said.
yeah.
It's expected. What about the
Red.
look of it? It's kind of red.
Yeah, like real
Smell?
dark amber.
Wowee.
Smells like barley wine.
Yeah. But like without that carbonation, it doesn't. The smell's not really hitting you really hard.
You got some of that sort of Christmas cakey fruit, sort of winter fruit sort of things going
Yeah.
on, but a hint of soy sauce apparently as well.
Should we go for the taste?
I think it's probably not a bad
Cheers.
idea. Cheers.
Oh wow,
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
it's so
That's
rich.
yeah. I would not peg that at 14%.
It's so rich.
That hides it really well. Yeah. If you told me that was 10, maybe I would give it. I would say
I
yes.
wouldn't.
That's true.
I don't even know if I'd put it there.
I can understand they say it's like a Madeira wine. It is. It's a very thick.
Yeah, it's like a dessert wine, isn't it?
It is like a dessert wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got some of that sort of liqueur edge to it as well.
But I think at 14%, that's probably how you'd want to be drinking it. You'd want to be drinking it like you drink a sherry. Like, not a lot, because it's real intense in flavour.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's another sipper though.
I think we're all
wouldn't
just kind
chug
of
this.
stunned for words here.
Yeah, this brewery is really quite good.
Yeah, they're absolutely nailing it.
I could smell this for a long time.
That is an intense beer.
I don't know if I could, like, it's not a bottle I would crack open and drink on my own. The Elixir.
Oh, definitely.
The Elixir, right? Like, I would drink a bottle of that and be like, yep, that's what I'm drinking. That, you'd have to share it around.
It's like a bottle of port where you
Yes,
share
yeah,
around
it is, yeah.
and you have a few sniffers of it.
Yeah. I think that's really kind of what they must have went for here. Like, that's not...
Yeah, I think that is what they've gone for.
That fortified.
You wouldn't have that on cask. You wouldn't have it on keg. This is something that
it's
works
bottled.
in a bottle.
Bottle only, yeah.
Like, that's something that you have as a bottle, and you sit and have a bottle of that with your friends.
Lightly chilled. Not
Yeah.
not as cold as a white wine, but
That's
It's really good.
yeah, really, really nice. That's quite special.
Like,
That's quite special beer.
like these are this one and the Elixir, they're the only two I've had by this brewery, and I'm blown away by them. They are really good.
Yeah.
yeah, they seem to be doing the strong and the aged and the just the delicate end of the heavy end.
Yeah, I mean,
of
if we
beers.
talk about the actual brewery itself, so let me look them up, and I'll be telling you about the other beers from them, which I've already reviewed, to give a bit of the context, if I can find them. Beerifico, Baladin. So I've also reviewed one called Erica and one called Nora. So Erica was an interesting one. Erica was a honey beer.
Okay.
That was very nice, 9%.
Yeah.
That was very, very tasty. Very good example for honey beer. And then Nora was quite nice as well. 4.39. Nora was like an example of an ancient Egyptian beer.
Okay.
And that was fascinating.
Right.
So
A sort of
basically
liquid bread.
what they've done is basically gone for experimental beers
Yeah.
that are not normal. They did have some beers at the brewery bar I went to in Bologna that were kind of very bog standard.
Yes.
beers,
Yeah.
But I didn't have any of those because essentially what the brewer is an experimenter.
Yeah.
Just try these different things, and in a market which has got no saturation of craft beer. You can get away with that stuff. You know, you can try things, and people because it's so new, you can get away with it. Whereas I think in Britain now you probably couldn't get away with that because now people have almost you've got this huge saturation of lots of breweries. If a new one turned up and started doing wacky things, people are already wedded to those breweries which they like.
Yes, yeah.
Even though like breweries like Cloudwater and Wild Beer have already been around. They're the popular flavour.
Yeah.
Around long enough to build enough support where a new brewery comes along and says, I'm going to do wacky things. People go, nah.
Yeah, we don't need you to do wacky things. We've got this.
We've already got our own wacky breweries. Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas these guys are blazing their trail without any competition. So,
Yeah.
No,
but clearly without coming over here at all. Or without.
Well, that's it. I've never heard of this brewery. I've never tried any of these beers, and they're outstanding. Like really, really good.
Yeah, this is fascinating. Every sip is just...
Yeah.
There's 10 different things going on. Just in every second. It's brilliant. Yes.
Well, no, I think port, sherry. That is the area in which it's aiming at.
Yeah.
It's just
It
this
does have
is a
that
bottle
edge.
you share between a few people, and you take time. But at 14%,
Also,
you have to. You can't be.
It's 14%, non-carbonated, and corked.
Yeah.
This is not one that you have to drink in a day.
No.
You can bung the cork back in, put it back in the fridge,
Yeah.
have it in a couple of days' time.
And just keep going.
Yeah, you're not going to have lost much from
You reckon?
doing that. I reckon that will
Yeah.
keep to 90% of its intensity for 2 weeks.
Oh, well, keeping that for later then. Thank you very much, lads.
Yeah.
I think the best example where someone gave where it's a dessert, it's like a dessert wine.
Yeah.
I think that is really like what it's like. It is very much like a dessert wine. Which I love a dessert wine because I feel a good dessert wine is super lovely after a meal. I think this is something that's like the beer equivalent of a dessert wine.
Yeah, definitely.
I've actually tried. So one of the beers I reviewed in Belgium recently, which was very interesting, which is a Belgian beer that's made with champagne yeast called Deus. Have you ever had Deus before?
Doesn't ring a bell.
No.
And the fact is, when they serve in these Belgian beer bars, it comes in a champagne bucket, and it is you would not. It's some sort of hybrid between champagne and beer.
Right.
It tastes quite a lot like champagne, but it is also quite clearly beer. Very interesting. So there are these really interesting beers are out there that are blurring the lines between different styles, between different types of alcohol. And this one is clearly like a dessert wine. The one I had was clearly like champagne, because of the things they use and you know.
And the way it's served with this one.
But even with that one I said about Deus and this one, there's no grapes involved. There's no, it's still not made in that way, but it's still
The
flavour is still there.
Yeah.
But it's absolutely fascinating.
No, that is exceptionally well done. Exceptionally well done.
Well, should we leave our little odyssey there of our four very strong beers?
Yeah,
Four fantastic beers.
Yeah, and Mike's got to go to work, slightly drunk.
True. A little.
Not going to tell you where Mike works. Bye.
Bye.
Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for Callum and Mike for joining me for these 4 beer reviews. Do listen to their podcast by the Mash Tun and Kaiju FM. You'll find me on one of their little episodes, and I'll see you for another beer review very, very soon. Bye, Mike. Bye, Cal.
Bye.